I feel like I'm just...
20 seconds, okay.
I'm going to put...
Is it?
Hello, welcome to the K-Bye Podcast, a podcast that you're gonna listen to feel better about yourself because we don't really know shit, but we're working on it.
I feel like it is.
Okay, hi everybody. Happy Cinco de Mayo.
Guys, it's Cinco de Mayo.
It's our
Ole!
and it's our freaking third live podcast.
It sure is. What do you think about that?
What do you think, guys? Do you like it? Here we are. It's our new set. So
Yeah.
every week is like stuff. So we have cute painted eucalyptus back here behind Laura.
That's snazzy. Where's that from?
Holland.
You're
don't
supposed to say Wildflower?
Wow. They're from Wildflower. Obviously, I think people know by now.
I don't know.
And the hanging baskets are from there too. I want to encourage the
Yeah.
plant life. We have so many beautiful baskets.
Hey, where's my shirt from?
Where's your shirt from, Laura?
From the vinyl studio.
Who helped you make
You know,
a certain person?
yeah.
Those are homemade.
Meredith tie-dyed these.
Oh, they're new ones.
Yeah.
Oh, it's brighter light blue. I really like it. We were kind of trial and error with those, but these are available on the Vinyl Studio website.
Yeah, .com. So buy yourself one. And they're all custom. They're all different.
They're all different.
Obviously. She doesn't do VAX.
individual. Yeah, they're thumbprints. They're all
Yeah.
different, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So we want to get right into it because we have action, freaking packed.
aggressive.
It is I mean,
We just have
good
two guests crammed into an hour. So hang
Yes.
on to your horses.
I know, or your seats, your butts.
Ole.
We're going ole. And so we're excited because it's Cinco de Mayo, but it's also Mother's Day week. To celebrate Cinco de Mayo and to celebrate one of our guests, we've got Chris Stiebel coming on.
Yeah.
Restaurateur. And he's going to tell us how he got in the restaurant game and what he's offering for Mother's Day as a special.
Yeah. Because if I have to cook, I'm quitting. I'm just quitting mom life.
She quits
Yeah,
on
quit.
Mother's Day. Brett, you hear that?
Here's my notice.
Quit.
I quit if I have to cook.
And then to celebrate, of course, he hooked us up with some curbside cocktails. So we've got a margarita here, which he's
Yeah.
going to give us a little bit
Yeah,
of because it's a spicy marg. And then there is the leather and tobacco infused, beautiful, delicious, masculine, smoky drink that he's going to talk to us about. So that's awesome. And then we have, who else do we have? Because I eat the mic. I'm like, because when you get nervous.
To you, Kurt.
Yeah.
In studio.
Over to you, Laura.
Well, we have Katie and Natalie from The Drop. They started this little app called The
Guys.
Drop, and we have been waiting to get these girls on. They are from Des Moines, and they are fellow small business owners, and so we can't wait to talk to them and see what. Well, their app is like. You can,
The Drop, yeah. To learn about the app, I think it's a
I don't
interesting
know if we want to
concept.
let them talk about
we
that.
will, yeah. We'll go into
But
it.
it's fitness, wellness, smoothies, chiropractors, gyms,
Anything you're looking for
yoga.
locally, you can subscribe to the app,
Yeah.
which we'll talk about later. So they'll be coming on in a little bit. So also big news, especially for Mother's Day week, we are sponsored this week.
Yeah.
Sweet Dreams.
Are made of these.
I know. Well, and also just a little special place in my heart for Sweet Dreams for so many different reasons. Sweet Dreams was, well, we've always known about Sweet Dreams, and I've had 3 kids. Everything that I get for my kids, cribs, rockers, all the things.
I was
come from
registered
Sweet Dreams.
there.
Yes, and
Kendall.
they have absolutely every new amazing baby product item out there, Dakota, all the things that you see, and they've got them, and they've been in business for more than 30 years in the Des Moines area. So we're lucky to have them. Lisa is a friend of mine. She's a school friend of mine. We were friends at our kids' school. I don't know. It's just it's a long story. But before that, I was hand painting these onesies and T-shirts for kids, and I was at home, and I was trying to make some money while being at home with my babies. And I started drawing on actually American Apparel back when I could buy wholesale from them. I was doing custom ones names and little sister, big sister. And I remember thinking, what if somebody like bought these? And Sweet Dreams was the first place that I went to.
Yeah,
and she
that's
just kind
exciting.
of, she's a businesswoman, right?
Yeah.
And she looked at him and she was like, yeah, I'll take some. I'll take 35. And I was like, what? I mean, I remember thinking that was huge. And she, as a businesswoman, has given me that kind of opportunity, which kind of like made me think, oh, someone's going to pay me for my ideas and my.
And that really is a nice push when you're a young.
You remember when you did that for the first time?
I do. I remember my
With
first
paper?
sell. Yeah.
Who was it to?
It was on Etsy, and it was this lovely little girl. I don't even know. I think she was getting married in New Orleans, I think. And I remember like, now I'm like, please, I'm not gonna like answer emails at 7 p.m. or whatever. But I was just hanging on to every thread.
Are you really gonna book
Oh my
me?
gosh,
Yeah.
she's gonna pay me money, and then it just boosts confidence, and then you kind of think, oh, there's a demand for this.
Yeah, and you gotta do that for people, you know?
Yes, and do that in return. Give back. So yeah.
Yeah, so I want to read their blurb. So with the way that we do this, we're gonna bring you some products later and a blurb that Lisa has written me.
Yeah, we'll do that with the products maybe.
Yeah, okay. Well, there's 2 blurbs. So I'm going to do the first
Got
one,
it.
if that's okay. So Sweet Dreams has been serving Iowa for more than 30 years. It's a store full of cribs, furniture, glider rockers, and all things for babies and kids. We've also been helping clients through virtual shopping appointments while they've been unable to shop in the store during these crazy months of COVID-19. It's a great way to have a personal shopping experience from the comfort of your home while being assisted by an expert. We do offer the opportunity to schedule a private in-store shopping experience. Babies can't be postponed.
They sure can't.
And they can't. They're coming, no matter, because I can promise you they do. And we want expectant parents to still have the excitement and experience of planning their nursery. We are here to help, and we'll wear masks and observe social distancing. We offer curbside pickup and free local delivery for those customers shopping our social media. So they are very helpful in showing you what they have to offer, and they've got a lot to offer. So I want you guys to drop K-By Podcast with any purchase. You'll be getting a free bib. So if you get a gift or need them to make a
nice.
basket, I would
Yeah,
suggest
new
calling them
mommies.
New Mommies Showers. You can have it delivered.
Yeah.
You can have it picked up. So anyway.
Yeah. So what a sincere gift in a time that's real crappy.
Yeah, and also just supporting local.
Yeah.
And a company that's pivoting. So we're here for them, and we're excited that
And
they're
it's nice
sponsors.
quality stuff. It's not.
Well, it's the best stuff, and really. To get that stuff that you can only get online, it's right
Right.
here in Des Moines,
Right.
And people need to know.
Yeah.
and there
and
it
you
is.
need to support that, and you need to go.
Yeah.
Should we stand on our soapbox?
Yeah, I know. How much
Scold
more can I
people.
say?
Yes.
Anyway, we love you, Sweet Dreams. Thank you for.
Yes. Thank you so much, Lisa.
Yes, thank you so much. So, okay, I was just going to talk to you a little bit about being a mom during COVID-19 because it's Mother's Day.
yeah.
So we're excited to sort of talk about mommies because I feel like right now it's a time that we didn't know was going to be the way it is, and here we are. It's Mother's Day, and I feel like it's a great opportunity to talk about how moms and parents are having to do so much more than they would normally. Why don't you talk about private school and schooling on the online?
Well,
How many emails do you get a day,
oh my
Laura?
Gosh, I mean, and God bless, I'm happy for it. But
No,
it's
no,
like,
no, and you need it, but it is hard as a mom to have to be.
Well, and I'm working.
What?
Yeah.
No, I know you're
Yeah,
not working.
a lot actually.
Yeah.
And so it's been a challenge. I'm glad I have help with the schooling, but it's a lot of printing and it's a lot of emails. But I'm thankful to have
And
it.
staying buckled down at home,
Yeah.
which is new for kids.
I just miss the discipline that those teachers give because it's not what I give.
No.
So you can tell like when your kids during summertime, like there's like 2 weeks and then they're back to like, but the discipline and the schedule and the routine is so key and it's gone. It's not there right now. So
And those
it's
teachers.
tough. I mean,
can you believe that
no.
that's what they do with a room full?
No.
No. So bless you, teachers.
Yeah, so thank you, teachers. But the one thing that I'm like real done with is the freaking food. The making. I mean, I feel like I'm like a quesadilla and egg grilled cheese sandwich.
How about a peanut
green
butter and
beans
jelly
from
again?
a can
Yeah,
again.
I know. Yeah.
And then it's like, I don't want that.
Yeah. Well, and it's hard to mix it up. Like, you can only go outside so much. You have to be able to be maybe not working as much or taking breaks from homework, home at work, office time. Instead, you're, kind of, when you do have the time, it's kind of the same things on repeat for us anyway. And I wish I had a manual for how to make things fun and creative, but nature's about
We would buy
it.
that local if there was.
Hey, does anyone have a printing? Do you have a copy of that,
'cause
Laura?
that's getting tired. But you know what? We're here. We're healthy and happy.
And talking about the
These are
sweet
minor
dreams and
things.
babies, like, it blows my mind that how many babies you're seeing right now being born.
I
And
know. It's like, oh,
kind of a lonely kind of time. I would
Yeah.
feel like it's a time normally for visitors, of course, with caution. But can you imagine now, like, how cautious you have to be?
because it's funny. And you realize this the older you get as life always goes on. Like,
Yeah.
just because this one thing is happening either to you or to the whole planet, time is marching on.
Yeah.
So
You just got to do it. You
just
gotta
have to
march on too.
Yeah, you have to too.
Right
It's
along
just-
with time.
Yep.
So that said, we are at Wildflower. Mother's Day is very busy.
Yeah, you're booked Friday. You have some
We are.
spot Saturday.
Yep, we have some spots Saturday, and actually, like, tomorrow and Thursday would be great days if we have availability more so than we do later in the week.
Yeah,
So,
so-
Mother's Day's all week for
Well,
me.
let me just a little personal experience, a little review, shall we?
Oh.
It was really nice because I have not gone to the grocery store yet or a greenhouse or anything. And I kind of, like much of us, have, kind of a little trepidation of getting back out there. I know with masks and gloves, you can make it very safe, but I'm like, if I don't have to go, I don't. Well, enter Wildflower when I needed 4 giant ferns delivered to my door.
Oh yes,
So,
from my shop. Yeah. Oh
from
no,
that Wildflower shop we talked
so
about.
the plant thing.
Yeah.
we did the
So
plant.
that's really nice. It's a good way to avoid another point of contact if you
and a
have
big
that
box
in your heart.
store. I mean, we've got them, and we'll bring them right to your door.
And they're
So,
better than the ones I've bought at some of the places around.
the big box stores.
Yes.
Yeah.
The
The Boston ferns are huge, 3 feet wide,
Beautiful.
full. And I hear people don't kill them. I can't keep them.
I don't kill ferns, and I kill every freaking thing.
Maybe you just got the right light and sun and humidity. And,
Sure.
Yeah, shade. Anyway, thank you so much. What about your shop and Mother's Day though?
Yeah, so this is a new product, the Love You Mean It Dad hats. This has been a hit. The Be Nice.
Embroidered.
Yeah.
Go online and buy them.
Go online and buy it. Or you can do curbside pickup too.
And it'd be a good pairing as well.
Sure would.
Sweatshirt, flowers, plants, hats.
Hats.
Come and
Well, you
get 'em.
plant your plants, you can put on your hat.
Yeah, in the sun. Yeah. It'd be great. It'd be perfect.
Anyway, well, we better get what.
Let's get Chris queued up here.
Yeah.
And I'm excited. And we've got some friends with us.
He is the managing partner of Bubba, right?
Yes, he is one of the managing partners at Bubba. And you guys know Bubba.
I do.
Come on now.
I know they're deviled eggs.
And
well,
guess what? Their Mother's Day menu, stop it.
I'm pretty pumped about that.
And Chris is also, I don't know if you've seen Chris's blue eyes before, but they will kick your ass across the room, I'll tell you.
So why don't you mention a couple of items that are on that menu?
Oh,
while I get
yeah.
this?
That's so deviled eggs, which I saw photos of. And if you guys go to Bubba DSM,
on
at Bubba
Instagram?
DSM
Yeah.
on Instagram, there are photos of all of these things and the menu especially. So you can call or you can use the email at the bottom of the menu, which is on his feed.
Yeah. Ooh, they do have those deviled eggs.
Yeah,
as an
right here.
option.
Yep. And 3 per
Seared
person.
salmon.
Yep.
You know.
Buttermilk fried chicken, obviously a staple. I think
Mac and cheese, sweet potato mash.
you better call your husband because you're
Dijon
going to quit.
dill
if you don't.
potato salad. Get out. Okay. And the cocktails.
Sorghum glazed-
Mimosas?
Oh, yeah. It's all
okay.
Gruet. Look. That's a little reminiscent.
Aw, makes
I
me
know.
wanna cry.
I know. We missed all of our things this year. We missed our
Girls' trips.
And so when Chris comes on, I'm going to have him talk about the restaurant and what's shaking on Mother's Day. But I also wanted him to talk a little bit about his mom. He has a special relationship with his mom and his grandma, who is featured in the restaurant in a portrait that I wanted to know a little bit more about. But we want to get him to tell us how he got into the restaurant business in the first place.
Hi.
Hi,
Okay, we gotta
Chris.
use the
Oh, yeah, the
headphones.
headphones.
Alrighty.
Always Laura remembering the
I know.
headphones.
I hate these things. That's why I remember them.
Chris, how are you?
Good. How are you two doing?
Good.
Happy Cinco de Mayo.
Same to you. Did you get my margarita?
Oh,
Yes.
sure
Explain the margarita, Chris.
It's a chili pepper margarita. So we used, in addition, of course, to tequila, we used some Ancho Reyes chili liqueur in there, and then we muddled it with jalapenos, but we took out all the seeds. So there shouldn't be any heat, but just kind of a smokiness and just kind of an easy twist on a margarita with some simple syrup and fresh lime juice. So Kate at Bubba, who's our GM there, created this for y'all, and I think it's pretty darn delicious. I've been sitting here watching y'all drinking it.
You are right. It is really good.
Laura, it's hitting the Cinco de Mayo spot. I'll tell you.
Love a
She wanted
margarita,
one.
especially spicy, whatever it is.
And then can we talk about the other cocktail, which is the leather?
The leather tobacco.
Yes.
Yes, I've got that in the wings over here. I'm gonna make that.
It's on deck.
But that's a really fun drink that we have had on the menu a couple years now. It's one of our most popular. We infuse bourbon with pecans for a few days.
Oh, wow.
And gives it this really silky, yummy note. And then we create our own vanilla tobacco bitters and include some Amaro in there, which is an Italian digestive. I kind of liken it to it almost has a Dr. Pepper vibe if it didn't have carbonation, almost like a flat Dr. Pepper. It kind of gives it this herbal note.
I'm a big Dr. Pepper fan.
Yes, it's like caramely sweet. It's very southern. It's very smoky and smells delicious. So we are enjoying those, but we want you to tell us a little bit about your restaurant, Bubba, and how you got into the restaurant business, because Bubba obviously is not the only restaurant that you've been involved in.
Right. I've been working in the hospitality world for almost 20 years now, and I've been very fortunate to work with some great brands, most notably the Orchestrate hospitality brands. So if you think of Centro, Django, Malo, Zombie Burger, Gateway Market, those are some of the brands that I've been fortunate to work for and with over the years, and still have a relationship with that organization. They help us in third-party management capacity, help us run Bubba. And so we're sort of cousins or siblings to those brands. And Bubba has been around for 4 years this July at 10th Mulberry. And despite COVID, we're just hustling right along, trying to see what sticks in this brave new world we're all in.
I know. Yeah. So Mother's Day is part of that. And you guys are offering that. And I gave people a little bit of a snippet and said that they could go to your Instagram feed to see that menu, which is amazing, by the way. Like, get me right now.
I know.
That chicken.
I want those deviled eggs.
I know. We need all the carry out for Mother's Day, I feel like. So we'll send people over, I hope. No mommy wants to cook right now.
No, just a bit of advice to all the people that are hosting the moms this weekend.
We don't get on cook. Down. So call, email.
Let me just blanket statement. We don't want to cook for a while.
Yeah.
So, I mean, keep the takeout.
Can we order triple so we can eat it
done.
during the week or not? Is that chicken going to be good for a couple days? That's what I'm hoping.
Well, it's family style. We did this for Easter. It worked out really well. And so we've switched up the menu a little bit. We've added some spring things. So you get dinner for 2 or 4. You pick your starter, you pick your main course, you pick your sides. And then we partnered with Creme Cupcake, and they're doing some fun desserts for us as well. So it's a whole little kit. You don't have to lift a finger. We've even got cocktails and little mason jars we can sell you. And beer and wine and all of that. So
travelable. Can you tell me about the donuts a little bit? Because that was like, my mouth, I was sad. I was lonely. I needed a donut, and they were sold out.
Yeah. That's actually, I think one of the cool stories that's going to come out of this COVID world is people helping people, right? Mm-hmm. And so I mentioned we partnered with Creme on a number of things, and the donut deal was actually not our idea. Our friend Brad Mag, who owns Goldie's out in Prairie City, bought a used donut machine, and he did a couple donut pop-ups out in Prairie City and called and said, "Hey, Chris, this is working. You should try it. You want to borrow my machine?" And he even came down at 5:45 in the morning and helped us all day for our little donut pop-up on Sunday that we did. And I think when we're faced with these times, like you just gotta lean into those sort of stories to get through it.
Sure.
The fact that here's a guy who's running his own small business, has his own team, who's got his own stress, and opted to spend his free time helping me fry donuts. It's just a pretty cool story. And so we did banana pudding donuts and caramel pecan donuts, and they were delicious.
Damn it, Chris, if I cry over donuts, I'm going to be very upset. I mean, that is just the coolest story. It's
love
happened to
that.
me. I know things like that have happened to me in my business too. I think people see baby businesses, which you've been around the block and you understand business, but Bubba is fairly new. And people know how hard you work, and they're there to support you, and they've got your back. And I get it. The people have come out of the woodwork for me too. So it touches my donut loving heart. So banana, you did a banana cream pudding one.
Yeah.
And what was the other one?
Oh,
It's unstable.
Caramel pecan.
Oh, caramel pecan. Yes. And they look so
Yeah.
delightful and delicious. And of course, I'm always late to the party.
no.
Are you going to do it again?
I don't know. We don't have plans to, but we also didn't plan to be in a pandemic. So,
Yeah, things are up in the air.
This has been on my calendar for quite some time. So one thing that I remember about you, so Chris, I just met you. I remember, as a business owner, I look up to you. I always have from afar. And then I got to meet you. And where I met you was at my ribbon cutting. And you came with the chamber and you were there and Jonathan was there, your partner. And I love Jonathan. And I don't know if you guys have seen these guys together or not. But I feel very unattractive when I roll up. I mean, they are suited up always, looking very sharp. And they were there and supportive. And Jonathan came back and bought flowers that very next day, I believe. But they were there supporting, and it made me excited. But where I'd seen you was mostly just around town, and you are about town, and you are great with humans. And I've watched your interactions, or even when you're working, and I just can tell that you're in your element. And that's huge for me because that's how I feel. And I'm like, there's a guy that is comfortable doing what he is doing, which means that you love it. So I love watching that and seeing that. But one of the things I remember is you being in DSM with your mom.
Mm-hmm.
And that that's nice. And I'm going to cry again, I swear to God. But I want to know a little bit more about your mom. And I know how important your mom is to you and your grandma is to you because you have that beautiful portrait that has kind of a backstory. So just a little bit about your mom and your grandma and Southern food and your roots. And I know you went to Roosevelt, but you have Southern roots.
Yeah, we moved here in the 90s from Texas, and both sides of my family are still all back in Texas. My mom's actually just recently retired back to Texas. But my mom is a sweetheart. She is definitely a charming lady, Southern lady. And my grandmother is a fabulous interior designer out of Waco, Texas. Very cool. The portrait in Bubba, for those that have been to the lounge, is actually my great-grandmother.
Oh.
And she was a model back in the day. And that portrait, the real one, hangs in my grandmother's house. And we had it scanned and replicated for the restaurant. And I asked my grandmother, do you think great-grandmother would approve of being in the lounge? And she said, oh, honey, she would love it. She loved a wingback chair. She loved a whiskey. She would think this is really cool. So every time people take photos in front of that portrait and tag us on Instagram, I screen grab it and I send it to my grandmother. And she always talks about how she thinks her mom would think it was so cool that she was in a restaurant. So kind of a fun little thing. But so we, talking about collaborations and whatnot, went down to Kentucky last fall with our friends at Hello Marjorie, and we are splitting a barrel of Blanton's with them. And when we were thinking about what to call our product that's going to be here in just a couple weeks, we realized, well, I have Margaret hanging in our lounge, and Marjorie is his grandmother, the namesake of Hello Marjorie. And so we called it the Margaret and Marjorie barrel. And so the sticker, when they come, it'll be on the Blanton's bottle, will be the Margaret and Marjorie single barrel. And when I called and asked permission for my grandmother, I said, how would she feel about this? Did she like whiskey? And she said, only about 3 a day. Why? Perfect. So now, now she has a fancy barrel of whiskey named after
That's
her.
amazing.
Oh,
I love stories
that.
like that.
Honey,
And I feel like the design element is so beautiful in the space. I mean, that was both, anything that you've kind of been a part of has been beautiful, I feel like. And you collaborate with good people who know what they're doing.
attention to detail.
And the design element's awesome. So that's grandma in there, that designer in you, I feel like. So
Sure. And actually, that interior designer that helped us with Bubba, her name's Julie Stegman. She's so talented. We love her. We searched for a long time to get vintage chandeliers for that space, but ultimately for the scale that we wanted, we had to have them created.
yeah.
And I think they've turned out to be a pretty iconic statement piece for Bubba, really part of the signage package when you think about it. And it just goes to show you that when you partner with someone with good design like Julie has, it really does pay it out. When you go to a restaurant, I'm a firm believer that you eat with your eyes first, then your nose, then your mouth. And so, we're hopeful that when people come to Bubba, that their eyes are open to a great experience. And I'm very happy with how it's turned out. I think it's aged well over the past 4 years, and can't wait to get back to a time when people can come sit in there and enjoy it.
Yeah, hopefully sooner rather than later.
I know for sure. I had one more question, which is when you go out in Des Moines, you and Jonathan go for dinner or a show or what's your best favorite Des Moines night, restaurant, out,
Etc.
etc. Perfect evening.
I get asked this a lot, and I will tell you, it really depends on the day of the week and the mood, right? Like if it's a cold, rainy night in Des Moines, I want to be at Skips or Jesse's Embers. I want to be like in a sweater, cozy, dark. If I'm want to be buzzy, sceney, I want to be at Chintro, or I want to be, at Harbinger next to you, and I do think that there are different places that are ideal for different things. Like in the doldrums of winter, when I'm just like, oh my God, is this winter ever going to end? I love going to have lunch at Trellis in the Botanical Center because I can walk around and you feel like you've had a little mini spring break. And Lisa's always doing fresh and creative food there. In the suburbs, kind of like the only place I want to eat is Table 128. I love Table 128, So it really kind of depends on the time of day and the season and the mood. If that makes sense.
Yeah, you do not have a bad answer for any of these questions. You're on it. And it makes me excited for, when we can go back out again, because we've been missing all those things.
Yeah.
I mean, Sarah, the owner of Table 128, is a neighbor of mine, and we've been missing that warm weather patio and all of the restaurants, and Bubba included. So we're excited to get back. So I'm excited about your Mother's Day thing to give people a little bit of taste of that.
Where else can we find you?
Yeah.
Yeah, so Bubba is at Bubba DSM on Facebook and Instagram. I'm at Chris Diebel. So you're welcome to follow me too. But when we get back into the swing of things, Kate and I do a Whiskey Wednesday every week on Facebook Live at 3 p.m. where we're doing seasonal craft cocktails that are whiskey based. And we do everything from whiskey drinks that are for entry level folks just learning about whiskey all the way to stuff that we think would hold its own against the best experts out there. So we have a lot of fun with that. And the leather and tobacco sort of came from that. And I hope you guys liked it.
Yes, it's delicious.
Have you tried it yet?
I have. I've had a little sip of it.
Okay.
And I had it out of here,
this we're
and
not
Laura's
sharing.
having fresh. We're
This
trying to
is
be
mine.
careful. We're already very close together. We're not supposed to talk about it, but here we
Oh,
go.
I was scared of it, but that's delicious.
It is so good. It's got a really delicious flavor.
Yes, that's.
I think
divine.
if you're like not a whiskey drinker or this is like something that you can enjoy.
It's a
I feel
baby
like.
step.
It is. It's in the middle there.
Well, and one of those things that has been a silver lining with the coronavirus and the shutdown is that we now, at least temporarily, are able to sell spirits out the door. So we can create these little mason jars and send them home with people. And that's been really great for us from as far as helping us with incremental revenue. But I also think it's nice for people to to be able to consume safely at home.
Right.
People want to make these. Not everybody's going to take the time to infuse whiskey with pecans. Let's face it.
No.
But we'll do that for you.
Yeah.
I just hope when Kim starts going back to normal, she forgets to check that one.
I know. I think we may have learned some lessons, and hopefully some of these things stick around. I think it's things that people might not have even tried in the restaurant. So because they can take it out and take a risk because they get to go home and sip on it or put it away and have it again, it gives a different experience. It's just the same way a lot of businesses, I think, are shifting because they've had experiences with new ideas that you would have maybe never tried had you not been in the position to have to. So
yeah, for sure.
yeah. Chris, it's been awesome having you on.
You're a delight. Thank you so much.
Thank you for thinking of me. I appreciate the offer.
Are you kidding?
Yeah.
Love. I know. I can't wait. Come see me at the flower shop and bring me some vases. I want to
Or
fill
we'll
them
come
up.
see you down at Bubba.
Oh, yes. It's Mother's Day.
Yeah.
Put my order in.
Yeah.
Thanks, Chris.
Take care. Be well.
Seriously.
Cheers. Thank you.
Cheers.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Oh, Chris Steeble.
Now I want to go.
Now, I
Why
know.
am I hungry now?
I know. I feel like the stories
I want to go to the South and eat some.
with his grandma.
Yeah.
I want to see all of the design and all of the things. He's just so knowledgeable and
Yes.
so smart and so kind as well.
Right.
So when I've seen him working, I feel like maybe some owners might be less involved in the dirt, right?
Right.
And
In the
he's not.
day-to-day.
He's a digger inner, He's
Yeah.
working his buns off.
I'm not ignoring you. I'm just supposed to change internet.
No, that's
networks.
okay.
So
You go
we
ahead.
don't have
No,
that same
I know. I think
in-
people get it.
Yeah.
We still have these kinds of things we're learning and also figuring out and have to run. So,
Yeah.
Chris Steeble, thank you
Yeah,
so much
thank
for
you
coming
so
on.
much.
Okay, so I'm going to do the Sweet Dreams thing real
Yes,
quick
hit it up.
because we've got a really cute mix of things here that I want to show you guys.
I can help. I can assist.
Okay, you assist. And so we've instead of showing products maybe in photos or a slide, we're going to do the actual products,
I'm
which
gonna
are really
Vanna.
first is the baby shusher, and you can turn it on. she
Shoot,
said.
where the hell is that?
I know. I don't know. But then, feel. So this is the shusher.
My mind
And-
is so blown right now. With Kendall, I had
All
this
you did was shush. And she sent one with the batteries in it so we can hear it. And these are all very well-known items. So this is the baby shusher. You don't want to shush your baby over and over again.
Okay,
This
we
is
can stop
calming and soothing for your baby.
And honestly, it sounds silly, but this is gold right here. This is seriously, I wish I would have had this.
Because
shusher.
all you do is shush. Yeah, and
Just
it's a
shush.
calming noise. And the sound, there's sound machines, but it doesn't stop. So that's the stop of a shush, right? Muslin blankets. Okay, so no, that's the swaddle.
Oh,
and
these.
then these. Okay, you guys know about the muslin blankets. This is such a good gift, and Lisa knows my kids shreds. These are to ribbons.
Oh, yeah.
They only wanted the ones with the satin tag so
yeah.
they can rub on it. And so these are amazing, and they have every print and every style there.
Very Instagrammable.
Oh, these are the and then the magnet
This, I know.
magnetic
I saw
knee
this.
magnets instead of snaps.
Oh,
and they
I
have
love a
about a
little
dozen
bibby.
different patterns, and those are the bibs that come. If
Okay.
you mention K-Buy, you're going to get a bib with your purchase. So
The magnets on this, you got, again.
middle of the night
I
diaper
feel
changes.
like I had a baby in the 1920s because I'm blown away by all this modern stuff.
I know. What would we do?
Did
we
you
had
have magnets?
with Scout, because Scout
Oh,
I only
little.
had 3 years ago. But this is new to me. That would have been a game changer.
Pops right.
Especially when you go from 0 kids to 1.
Especially at
Middle of
say
the night?
4 in the morning when
Yeah.
they puke all over everything.
Well, and
This is
just
darling.
wet and have to change. So this Copper Pearl brand swaddle blanket and top knot adjustable hat. You guys would not feel how soft those are.
These are all incredible.
And these are many, many designs. Also burp claws and bandana bibs. So you guys,
These swaddle blankets
This
are
is
so
not
reasonably priced. This is a great
Why
gift.
don't you
Little
tell
milk
them
and
how
cookies.
much
This is $14.99 and this is $25.99. I mean, that's a great gift.
A great
for a new
gift.
mommy. She can Instagram it on
if
Mother's
it were
Day.
me, I would do that, a blanket and the shusher
I would do
in a basket.
75 shushers for every room. Is what I
All the
would do.
shushers. Sweet Dreams isn't just for babies. We have great bunk beds. All have staircase options, and the stairs are drawers for extra storage. We offer twin, over twin, and full bed over full bed. Loft beds and beds with built-in desks, sleep, study, and storage all in one. During these crazy stay-at-home weeks of COVID, we have been helping clients through virtual shopping appointments while they've been unable to shop in the store. It's a great way to have personal shopping experience from the comfort of your home while being assisted by an expert. We follow up with photos and measurements and are always available to answer additional questions. Sweet Dreams, bedrooms and stuff for kids. Awesome. I love it. This one's partial to me.
I know.
Sweet Dreams is special.
I'm a
And
customer
if
there
you're a
too.
Des Moines person, somebody that's had something from Sweet Dreams, or you have yourself. It's just
I
a staple
definitely
in
do.
Des Moines.
I still have picture frames.
Okay,
up.
guess what time it is?
What time
Put
is
your
it?
headphones back on. It is the drop time.
Oh, I like that's very radio.
I'm getting real comfortable here behind
drop.
Yeah, that's the one I was thinking.
Not woo,
Oh,
woo,
what did the
woo,
kids
woo.
do? Darn it. Can't.
Okay, admit. Now I always feel like my mom, like I'm in the computer and going like this. When
I
I'm
know,
talking.
but ooh.
Oh, that was a little feedback there.
That's okay.
Okay, so
Those are the girls, aren't it?
no, that was us.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Maybe they're
Okay, start video.
ad-libbing a little bit.
Hi.
That's my girl.
Now we gotta add.
And we're gonna add. Yeah,
Hey, girl.
There's not much left there, friend.
Listen, I don't have margaritas, and I also agreed I wouldn't drink all week, and then this happened.
Yeah.
Wow.
What am I supposed to do?
Hi.
Oh my goodness, is this not the coolest way to connect?
I know.
God.
And you guys are also, there's millions of people watching us do
girl.
this. There's not much left there, friend.
Listen, I don't have margaritas, and I also agreed I wouldn't drink all week, and then this happened.
So there's
Yeah.
Jerry,
What am
there's
I
a little bit of a,
supposed to do?
What?
Hi.
Oh, hang on. Sorry. It's
very technical.
I know.
There's like crazy feedback.
Million old recording.
Did it stop?
Did it stop? When we stop?
Hello? Or is it just our headphones? Does it sound weird to you?
I just hear you guys.
Okay. So is it okay now, John?
Where's Katie?
Okay, we'll get her. Oh, she must have had to exit. There she goes.
There she is.
Okay, sorry.
Okay.
Okay, hopefully it'll be okay now.
Boy, if it rewind, I felt like I was
I know. I felt like I was in a tunnel of screaming Laura.
and like a little haunty. Did you guys hear it?
Okay.
Okay.
I had to sign off. I was like, what is going on right now?
No,
It's
it's
just me.
it was you,
It
Katie.
went a
You
little
did
nuts.
it. You did it. I knew it was you.
I mean, story of my life.
I know. Just screwing things up all over town. I got to get back in the frame.
Yeah.
So hey guys, thanks for joining.
Yeah, welcome. Tell us about yourselves. Who are you?
Oh my gosh. Well, thanks for having us, by the
Yeah.
way. I mean, it's been so fun to just like listen in on your past podcasts. And Chris, I'm like so inspired by
Oh, isn't he
his
amazing?
too. I want one of those margaritas. But
I know.
I'm Katie Cole.
Katie
And then-
Colby,
Oh,
yes, and
I'm Natalie.
Natalie. And you guys
And I mean,
what?
there's not much else to say.
Okay.
Oh, there is
You
too.
just wait. Natalie's got tricks up her sleeve. She's a funny girl. Your Instagram's like
Yeah, you're
my
pretty
fave,
funny.
Natalie. It's like gotten me through some tough, don't want to get out of bed mornings. The elephant one with the scratched out face, if you can guess what. Clearly someone guessed it and you've got that bottle 3/4 of the way gone, girl.
No.
Yeah. So tell us, Katie, you guys co-own together The Drop, which tell people what it is and in a nutshell, because I'm sure you've had to explain it because it is
Yeah.
It's new.
interesting and new for us. Yeah.
Yeah, very new. So we launched in October, and Natalie and I have been in the works for probably, it was a solid year before we launched that we were in production of the app. And what we wanted to be for Des Moines was almost like this sweaty concierge. So, Des Moines has grown in a spectacular way where we just going to be able to share what was going on in the wellness world and how you can sweat and where you can sweat and what communities you can be a part of. Between the two of us, we have experienced group fitness in different ways, and we just know that there's so much value that happens there. And it's not just about sweat. It's about like having accountability and like, it's just that those feel good people that you want to be around in your day-to-day life. And so we wanted to basically wrap that all into an app and show people how to achieve it. And so essentially, what you get is a subscription-based app. So it's $4.95 to subscribe to the app. And then once you're in, you're considered a dropper, which is super fun because that's just what we do. We drop in and we like to have this green light to be able to go to all these different gyms and studios. And so sometimes when you're a member at a studio, you feel like you can be almost like pigeonholed, and it's like, is this all that exists? And there's just so much more out there, and it really helps you feel like you won't like get in this stagnant lifestyle, and you can explore and meet new people, and it's really built off of connections and just developing new relationships. So once you're in the app, you get exclusive rates on us where you can drop into these different gyms and studios.
Got it.
So like you could row downtown one day, and then you could go out west and do like a WOD. With
You've
your
been going to use that this entire time.
I know, I've like, it's been written in my notes for
She's like looked up
days.
workout
I'm
jargon.
like, workout of the day. My friend was a CrossFitter.
WOD.
Yeah.
A WOD.
I know. I will tell you, those WODs is tough.
Yeah.
I heard they're hard. But you can hop around. You can do yoga one day. You don't have to, stick with your one. And I think that's the thing. I think that when people join a gym, you're like, well, this is it forever now because I'm committed to a year and I've got to go to all their classes and I've got to, whatever. Usually I kind of like a personal trainer and I kind of go where they are. And the drop is interesting for me. And I am definitely a member. And I was just billed last night. I just wanted to say I pay my bills. And also the advertising. Wildflower was an advertiser, and I would like to sign up again. So put me on the docket for.
And that's one thing that we really were
Yes.
excited to leverage in our app is not only these gyms and studios that deserve the like marketing, if you will, of like what they're doing inside of their four walls, but also the businesses around Des Moines that really help fuel that lifestyle. And, just like Wildflower and the Vinyl Studio. I mean, you guys are a lifestyle brand, and it's like, where else do you spend your time outside of sweat? And so we really wanted to incorporate it all because we're just passionate about Des Moines and want to make sure that our community feels supported too.
Mm-hmm.
Got it.
Definitely. And I felt that way absolutely from the get. And I felt like it was very on brand for me. I felt like the brands connected. They look beautiful. And I was excited to be a part of the app and advertising. So can people advertise if they want to, once they get to know, if they don't know about your business and app, can they get in touch with you about advertising?
Yeah. So
Natalie, you have to talk.
Like naturally, it's like a clever little brand name. But basically, what you can do if you're kind of in that lifestyle wellness category, you can get in touch with us, and we offer a couple different packages. But especially now with just the uncertainty of being able to go to places, it's a great way to kind of promote your offerings and be able to put stuff out there that like maybe it's a shift in your business. Maybe we have a couple dietitians currently on the app that do everything virtually. And I mean, what better way to be able to expose that to our members that are looking for those opportunities and are sick of eating queso every night. Like they want to maybe like start shifting just a little bit, like not straight celery, but like just like a few healthy things.
Who gets sick of queso is my question.
No, I know. But also though, it is like, I know that there's these like sort of demands being put on people, whether it be via social media or just pressure from people that are like, take this time to get yourselves together, take this time. And, you know, we have to be careful with the pressure. But I think people are having the time and on their own without the pressure are seeing sort of the time to put some things into place. And so wellness is one of those things. And even if it's just like meditating or yoga or not something so wadi, you know, I think that that people are taking the time for those things. And I don't think it necessarily has to be wrapped up in like, if you didn't get it done during COVID, you have no determination.
Yeah, the guilt trip is too much for sure. What I think is super cool is that it's more accessible now than ever. You know, and so if you've been wanting to try something new, I mean, it's literally, you type it in like Barry's Boot Camp. We don't have that here, but I'm like, ooh, that sounds like fun. Maybe I'll try it. And I typed it into my, Google, and then there it was. And I just think that, the way that these businesses have gotten so creative in sharing what they have to offer is pretty amazing.
Yeah. I think that, yes, the virtual thing has become probably something that, don't you think, will stick around a little bit more than maybe, just like Chris with the to-go beverages and people trying with, same with this. It's like, you don't have to leave your home, 5 times a day. You could go, virtual.
Because I feel like that's a big excuse for a lot of people, including myself. Like, I have to be to work at a certain time, and it's hard with the 2 kids, getting them ready in the morning, and I don't want to get up at 5 a.m., and I'm not going to get up at 5 a.m. So it's like, that's been nice.
I'd be
for
texting
me.
her at like 9:30, and she's like, just kidding. Me too. I'll work all night, but I cannot do early mornings.
I cannot. I refuse. And then when I get home from work, I want to like hang out with my kids, and by the time they go to bed, I'm eating queso with the rest.
I think it's just another cool pivot. And I know we keep saying that word. It's such a buzzword, and I understand that. But this is a cool way that you've already been virtual. So you were ahead of the curve. But how has it affected your business in a way? Like, can you speak to it? Or, I mean, obviously gyms are closed, and
Yeah, I mean, obviously our app kind of revolves around gyms and studios. So the app itself is not necessarily on hold. It's still active and you're available to download it. But we pulled all the classes off of there just because they're not non-existent.
Right.
But with such a low monthly fee, and just like the gyms and studios, we've seen a lot of the members just stay on because, it's not something they're supporting local businesses. And at the end of the day, like, we've used this time to really kind of pivot and refocus on like what we're looking for growth. So looking at job opportunities and what businesses we can include as things start opening back up, or that are already open, and we can help support and fuse our members with opportunities around town. And just the virtual workouts, being able to post and promote the different gyms and studios that are already on our platform and help them in any way that we can. If they're doing different promotions, if they're doing Zoom workouts, if they're, posting things that they want to be seen, trying to just kind of help everyone that we can, that already kind of, our whole app is based around community. So this was kind of fun to be able to like actually practice what we preach and help support our community, because we don't have a brick and mortar location where we're struggling as much as a lot of businesses are. So yeah, like we have app costs, but at the end of the day, like most of those are pushed down the road, and we're able to just kind of focus in and look at our future along with supporting what's going on right now.
How in the world did you guys develop an app? Like, what's step 1 of app development?
Call App Store.
My dad still asks me that question. First of all, it starts with an amazing developer, and that's like a whole nother podcast that we can go into. But finding the right people to work with was so important for us, because we wanted to make sure that whoever was going to be handling the technology side of things still aligned with our vision and almost was a consumer themselves. So they've been to gyms and studios and know how what that cadence and logistics looks like to check into a class, and all of the little details that come along with doing a gym visit. We just wanted to make sure that it felt right. with the person that was going to be developing the system for us, because the biggest thing for us was that it was user friendly. So we absolutely had just the best time with Erin Rollenhagen out of Entrepreneurial Technologies, and we landed on developing with her, and from there it was just like, it felt like, you know, she was another sister of ours, and she's so brilliant. And sitting there and just thinking of different ways to approach business and, you know, app development and what it looks like, how it flows, how the consumer is going to view it. It just, gosh, Nat, I mean, I feel like it was the best experience front to back. Like, I can't.
The best part about like the app process was literally the first day Katie and we were like, hey, let's meet up for coffee. And like, we've got this idea. We don't even know what to call it, but this will be super fun. Like, when we met up, we're at Caribou and like on Mill Civic, and we're like, let's meet with a developer today. Like, what? We're going to just like launch it in January. We started talking in November. We're like, we're going to launch it in January. It's not a big deal. Like, what's so hard about it? I can throw a website up. It's not I've started another company before. We met with a developer the same day, and we're like, yeah, it'll be like a couple grand. It's not, we can raise money. And we got back to our car and we're like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Was it-
$1 million
We went to Mexico
and
and
your
drank, like,
firstborn.
2 shakers.
Yeah.
And then we actually realized like, oh, it's going to take a little bit more work than that. And then a year later we actually launched. So
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah. I think it's always more than what you think it is. No matter what you set out to do, I think there's something, a mechanism in your brain where you're like, I can do this. It's no problem. I can roll up my sleeve. I've had 3 babies. I can put a brick and mortar on Ingersoll. And no, friend. Like,
Yeah.
if I
And
knew
you can
now,
do it.
you can.
you can do it.
Totally
It just takes
can.
a little more work than like one day.
Well, and money. I think the money thing is like you don't understand, kind of like, you think you're in for this, just always assume it's double that. And then you're good, you know?
like
Yes.
multiply it times 15.
15 or 20. Yeah. It's like how my husband figures out how much I spend on shoes. Like, if I tell him one number, he knows, well, mom jokes. It's Mother's Day week.
What I
I
spend
can
on
say what I want. He knows.
For Father's Day, they'll
Yeah.
get that month.
If I tell him $100, he's like, so 200. Yes. Definitely, you're right.
It's like, I'll be ready in 5 minutes. It's a half
hour. Yeah. Okay. So about like touching on how you guys came together, were you friends before?
Yeah. So, well, we should say like acquaintances. So we knew each other in college. We both went to Iowa State. And like, I can't ever like I can't remember when we met, but you know, those people that you're just like, oh, I know you. Like,
Yeah.
and because we never really got to really know each other. And yet, like, we always had our lives overlap. And I work for Lululemon outside of this. And I went and took a class of Natalie's, I don't know, 7 years ago, 8 years ago, maybe. And so there was just always these things that kept bringing us together. And then when we had this idea, Natalie is fearless when it comes to starting things. And I was, plugged into the right spot. And so together we just kind of like made this thing happen. And she called me up. She's like, you want to do this thing? I'm like, I have no reason to say no right now. Let's go. Yeah.
Well, I remember running into you at Lululemon and you were like, yeah, well, and I didn't know you that we've been introduced via another friend. And she was like, yeah, we're doing this thing and it's going to be this thing. And I was really excited about it. And that was way, before October. And so I knew it was on the rise. So when you started to see the brand and everything, you guys did it right. I felt like it was, fun to see 2 girls do something together. You're not related. You obviously see the value in what you're good at and what Natalie's good at and vice versa.
Mm-hmm.
And so, but the question is, do you like each other?
Hate. I can tell it's a lot of hate. You guys look like hateful people.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I love Natalie. She is the wit and the fire when I need it, and I feel like we have this really good gauge of knowing like she needs me. And like, whether it's like, we're just down a day or just like a little bit less productive or getting busy, it's like, I feel like we have this intuitive thing to know how to pick the other person up. And it's like, you don't find that with a lot of people. You know, we're so different. But we, again, like, just know that this thing will be successful because of the two of us. And that's really fun for us.
Exciting. Good for you, girl.
I like Katie.
Matt, do you like me?
Like, I don't know Natalie very well, or as
I'm
well.
going to go out there and
Yeah.
tell everybody, because this is the most common question I get. I think one of the most common questions. Everybody's always like, is she as nice as she seems? And she actually is.
Yes.
It's not a ruse, everyone. That's
No.
actually how she is.
That's legit.
Even when she's angry, she's still like, oh, I'm sorry. I was just mad. I'm like,
Darn
that's not
it.
what I'm mad.
You're doing the best you
But
can.
I'm mad.
I know.
That's how she is always.
Yeah, she is positive, and it is, contagious for sure when she's around. We love when she comes in the shop, and whenever we make
Sweetest.
flowers, well, for either one of you, but really, initially, Katie, it was always like, I was like, Katie needs flowers. It's like, I see your house, I know your vibe, and so it's always fun because, like, I know she's gonna like wild but cool stuff, and she's always dressed in like mad amounts of neutral and gold jewelry, looking fly. And she,
Well, tonight is a little fiesta.
you are,
I like
yeah,
it.
I know. This isn't as simple as what I'm used to, but
Well, speaking of
the vibe is on
fashions,
point.
I had to get this, Maya.
Oh, Natalie sent that to herself. That's my 12-year-old that wrote her that card that she signed to herself. So speaking of fashion, just real quick here, we gonna do Katie's?
Oh, no.
how do you? Let's see.
Yeah,
Let's
and
see.
you guys just bear with.
Where are we
Oh
here?
my gosh, I can't.
Oh, Katie, so fashiony.
I know. Is that a crimp? Do I see
What
a
is that?
crimp?
What is that? A
So,
triple
it was
barrel
the thing.
crimp?
So first of all, I brought this picture up from the depths of my basement today.
Yeah.
And my husband was like, oh my gosh, bring the bangs back. And I'm like, no, absolutely not.
What is with boys?
His like dying wish is for me to have bangs always.
Listen, you
So-
can buy a clip-in. Oh.
I like that tattoo. You know what, Katie? I had that same vest, except I was a lot older wearing it. It was from Old Navy, wasn't it? I wore it in
Were you
college.
wearing it with JNCOs? Because that's
JNCO
exactly
jeans.
what was
Yeah.
going on underneath.
No, I probably
Yeah.
had on some
Focus your
Abercrombie
back, though,
jeans or
Katie,
something.
so
What
you're having
year-
a game.
In the cornrows, yeah.
Oh boy.
Were there butterfly
Butterfly
clips?
Oh, well, I feel like my mom made me leave those out for school pictures.
Now,
the
wait,
necklace and the,
What year
yeah,
was that
everything.
though, Katie?
What? I was trying to figure that out. Nothing was written on it. I think I was probably 4th or 5th grade.
Got it, babe. Oh,
Oh.
Oh, the floral with the rolled up
Okay,
with
so the more I was thinking about it, the more I feel like this outfit I would maybe bring
You
back
would
out
wear
to
it.
be, like,
those shoes are on trend.
She has those
Yeah.
shoes in a size 8 or whatever
white
the hell she's
shoes
in.
with the socks.
I
and
like it.
always
Oh
loved
my God, you're so cute. Will you stop being cute?
That hat is like your Aspen trip.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's so on for you. The scrunchie.
Yeah.
I mean, this is what
Accessories.
my kids want to dress like right now.
Yeah.
High-waisted jeans, rolled up for
Oh my
show.
God.
I
Cute,
love
so
that.
cute. The thing is, you're kind of like, it was probably hard to find something that wasn't cute because that's your vibe. Like, fashion's your thing.
You're
always-
There's plenty. Yeah, trust me.
Yeah, and you're always like the neutral with the sweats, but it looks like she could go to like a formal gathering. I'm always really jealous. I'm like, are you going to the gym or to the Met? I don't
Well,
know.
it's a lifestyle, and I feel like that's working at Lululemon. It's like you have to be prepared. Like one of your homies could call you up and say, "Hey, you want to go for a workout?" And so it's like you gotta be
Yeah.
ready.
Well, and if you look like you in it,
Nobody's
I would
calling
too.
me to work
Natalie's
out.
not too shabby either. I like this brunette vibe.
I know.
No.
Does your friend have a tank underneath that
Oh,
strapless dress?
yeah.
Oh, you
I
don't see
tried a lot
it?
of things,
Oh.
and I wasn't as successful as Katie. And also, I pulled things that were bad trends because that's what I was told.
What? Yes. And what is that? Is that a tank and skirt? What is
Oh,
that? A
whoops,
balloon
what I
skirt?
Listen, that's not even that long ago, but it's like 10 years ago. So
I know, but you still look good.
Yeah.
It's like I don't even get what's so.
it was an accidental dye. It was a box dye, which that's why I haven't tried one in COVID.
Oh,
Oh.
girl.
You know,
Were you at the Applebee's?
Were
or
you
me
at
Mexico?
Applebee's? And that's a new color too. Just a minute later or
Yeah,
earlier.
our bangs were, matching. The side swoop.
So bad.
Hmm.
Just a time. Just a
Yeah.
time that I don't want to remember.
I like this.
I know, that's like a good one. And that girl's got a piece of extra in there.
Yeah, she does.
She's not messing up.
Oh, pop
girl.
star.
This must have been in October.
Who's beer?
Who's Miller Lite?
There was like a time in my life that all I wanted was leopard pants, and it was like
And you got them.
I must have saw like a Mary Kate and Ashley movie, and I
Mm.
thought like this was channeling it, and apparently it was not.
Look at the
Her tummy
jagged,
is white.
the jagged cut on your redheaded friend's top is a new way that we need to start cropping
It's like
shirts
stair
at
steps
the
for
vinyl
your
studio.
Yeah. Who's
Stairway-
drinking the Miller Lite?
I know
Matt?
who's
I don't know.
Miller. I think the girl with the red hair is drinking that. Oh, Natalie, this is cute. Now
I
that's
know,
about
your little
second
friend
grade.
girl.
I know.
Look at that second grade. She ain't got no two front teeth eating
Aw.
that twisty
Don't pretzels
pretzel.
equally as much.
Oh, I could go for
Now who?
Oh.
This is just I
no.
can't.
Is that shirt from the county seat? You guys are probably too young for the
We're
county
in
seat.
Arizona, so
Oh.
that's channel the drink vibe.
So
Look at
funny.
those bangs. Did your mom cut those?
Yeah, she,
I like the feathering.
I'm mostly watching,
You
and I don't leave her under the bus, but she was a hairdresser, so
Oh.
now are you a twin?
no,
he older than
2
you?
years old.
Well,
Just a little shorter guy. Boys
girls are
mature
just so-
later.
yes, they are ahead of the curve, aren't they?
Oh, she liked flowers back
How
then.
for you, Maya? Look at that.
Look, that's a yeah. Snapdragon. I'm gonna send you one like that tomorrow on Mother's Day.
Oh,
Please
so
don't.
funny.
Please don't order. Well, no, now stop. Okay.
Oh, boy.
Mother's Day's busy at the shop. And,
Yeah.
I'm excited about it, and I'm gonna take care of yours, Katie. I see it on the list. I'm gonna do it.
Okay, so let's do K high, K buys class.
Yes, let's do K high, K buys. So K high, K buy, which is like in and out, things that we think are on trend and whether they're
We're gonna lead with gauchos. Now I'm gonna K high the shit out of these because I wear a nasty pair to bed. I don't wear them anywhere else. I do wear them to Casey's occasionally on Saturday mornings.
are the original gauchos like when they first.
No, and that's what's unfortunate for my fashion choice. I bought them
They're
at
current.
Nordstrom though.
Yeah.
Does that matter?
Yeah.
Okay, you girls, what do you think?
Which gauchos don't necessarily count. Like I'm thinking of the ones that are like that weird, like spandexy kind of fabric.
Oh, these are close too.
Brief waistband.
They
The
pill.
fold over.
Well, like the updated gauchos is where I am totally a high on that.
In love.
As
Yeah.
long as they have the high waistband, they're made of the right fabric, they're the right length. I think is the biggest thing. Like you don't want them too cropped.
You don't wear them with heeled wedged flip flops.
No.
With
Like,
rhinestones.
yeah, no.
Definitely not.
Nah. Okay.
Yeah.
Bye.
K bye. But yes, K high to like a Marnie vibe one, which
Well,
Marnie vibe.
she sent me the tan ones today, and I was like, I like want to love a tan gaucho. I'm gonna do it probably because she told me to.
I like the navy one she has.
Yeah.
I got I got
Anything
many.
she says, we'll do.
Listen,
Right.
Put me in every
Yeah.
gold chain she's got.
I hope.
Not tonight, but every. I know. Okay, next one.
Tube tops.
Well, it goes with a gaucho, doesn't it?
I think it does.
I think
I mixed on this.
like an
I'm gonna
orange.
K buy, but the hard thing is everything I K buy, Katie's gonna K high.
Uh huh. Because it's like
She's
I
Right.
can't buy it. I feel like this is the year that we bring it back. And I'm a big fan of like the jogger sweatpants right now because quarantine. And I feel like once it gets hot, like that's going to be the perfect.
No
calm.
tan.
You're going to be rocking a tube top by the end of summer.
I just feel like it's a nip slip waiting to happen.
Yeah, I
you know
just
what I
feel
mean.
like
As an
it's-
adult
It's
woman.
an in the house look, I think.
Okay, in the house.
Where's
Okay,
a tube top in their house?
What?
Where's a tube top in their house?
it's actually a good question, Natalie.
I wear t-shirts.
Katie Wood. It's gonna go with that forest green wall in the back. Katie's house is on
You-
fire.
The next time you wear a tube top, just like casually around your house, I'm
Uh-huh.
like,
I've been wanting to paint my bedroom wall forest green, and you're really making me want to do it even more so.
Is it
I will
forest
give
green?
you all of the swatches that you need because this
Got
is
it.
very difficult.
I bet.
You've nailed it. And
There
then
were
you got
some
that.
close calls there for a second.
Is that a real tree back there? You're doing good with that banana leaf.
Okay, what about weird one? Milk.
Okay, bye.
I can't buy the crap out of milk. Now, I'll tell you who's going to be upset. Anderson Erickson, because there's millions
I
of people
didn't
watching
buy
this.
their dip.
No, listen, we
How do
K-high.
you buy milk?
Just milk?
I've got a 3-year-old.
Me too.
She's a big milk.
Okay, so the story behind that, I value all dairy. Like, I love it. I love the cheese. I love the AE chip dip. But milk, my mom used to put it in the back of the refrigerator where it would be really nice and cold, where it would almost get icy. And then she would serve it with ice for dinner. And there's just something about that happened to me that I was just like, I can't. Unless it's on cereal, like, tap me out.
It's a no for me.
I'm
have two
okay
things
buying
to
it.
say about
Okay,
it.
Natalie.
First
go ahead.
is that I made a bit of a mistake a couple weeks ago. I served my kids some milk. She wouldn't drink it, and I was like, Mika, drink the milk. It's fine. Like, finish your dinner. And she's like, it smells bad, Mom. It smells bad. Fully gave her.
Oh, no.
I've done that with things. You don't
It was
taste test
good.
them.
So now she will only smell milk, and she is questionable about it.
I mean, I
But
get it.
on the K-high
I did it too.
milk, I ran out of regular milk. I had chocolate milk for my kid, and I wanted some cereal in the middle of the day. Used chocolate milk and cereal, and I will say
Delicious.
Brilliant.
I don't hate it.
Added flavor.
Chocolate milk all day long. Regular white milk, I don't understand it.
No.
I think I think it's like an unnecessary. I don't think you need it. Do
No.
you need it? Do kids
The milk
need it?
of
My kids
another
drink
animal
water.
to me sounds a little suspect, but that's all I'll say.
Because, I mean, as a breastfeeding mother that once was, I just think it's a little strange. But now I don't want the Dairy Association being upset with us.
But I do like dip, which comes from dairy. So
I
it's like,
know the dairy I get, but drinking a
Yeah.
drink of milk. Yeah. And people that drink like a big old ice cold glass of milk with like spaghetti or something.
stop.
That's at Iowa, like small town,
That was my mom. Yeah.
Yeah, you'll
With
see it.
cottage cheese on top of her spaghetti.
Well, now, who is this woman?
Yo, K-High bar cottage cheese. Cottage cheese from G Migs is like no other.
Okay. All right. I'll
mean,
try
I think they
anything
just
from
put-
G Migs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about MLMs, multi-level marketing?
I
Okay.
don't want to make some of my friends mad, but
Well,
I'll just say I have a copy and paste response.
yeah.
Yeah.
I plead the fifth.
to anyone wanting me to get involved. And
Yeah.
I'm sorry. It's just like it depends on. Ugh.
Well, I think
Sometimes
it's hard. I think when you own your own business and you do all your own branding,
Yeah.
you do all your own marketing, you invest all of the time and money in doing it all. And when it comes, I sold Stella and Dot. So I can speak from experience because I loved that brand and I loved the stuff. And I get it that it was a hand up for me while I was trying to raise babies and do whatever. And I did well with it, but it just, again, it gave me the shove to sell my own
Your own
product,
stuff.
So I think it's a K-high in the business ownership skill set that you need in some ways, but it is difficult when I get a Facebook friend request from somebody and I don't know who they are, but they sell Norwex or something. I'm like, well, I am not going to respond to that today
It's a no for me.
because I don't want to have to do the canned response. But
Yeah.
anyway, that's kind of a fishy one
Yeah.
because people,
It is fishy.
you have to.
It
be
has
careful.
given so many good, like,
Yeah.
it provides resources that, allows people to learn what the journey looks like, which I think is so cool.
Yeah.
But it's just hard when you have to start leaning on your friends. Like there's that feeling that's like,
I think there's a right and a wrong way sometimes to everything, but really to that, I think that there are really good products that I will buy all of that at my own time and my own speed.
Yeah.
yeah.
Not from some girl from
way to put it.
another town I don't know.
Correct. Not from Karen from your middle school 5th grade music class.
Well, that could have been part of it, or even just somebody that's just like, my friend said that you love to talk to customers. So I think you should hear about my whatever it is. And I'm like, oh, will you buy a flower arrangement? Maybe I will.
Trade?
I don't know.
Well, tell us where we can find you guys. I mean, I know where to find you, but tell the people.
So Sorry, this is so tricky. Nat, go ahead.
There you go.
I would say Instagram is going to be our best way to get a hold of us. So we are at Join the Drop. And of course, you can hop on your app store as well. And if you type in Join the Drop in the browser, it's the first one to pull up, and you can download it today and kind of see what we're up to. And it's a great time to just like get familiar with how it works and what we're doing. So then when our community opens up in a safe way, we can get back to action together and you can be dropping with us.
Great. But you guys personally, well, maybe you don't want to give those out.
Yeah.
No, that's fine. I'm at Katie Colby 3.
I'm Natalie E. Dayton. I don't have a Facebook because a lot of little marketing. No.
Full circle.
I know.
Full
Here
circle.
we are. That all makes sense. Both of your Instagrams are awesome to watch.
Yes.
By the way, because it's always cute content and funny and lighthearted, and I love it. So keep it up because I need something to look at while I'm laying awake worrying about the future of our existence. Okay.
Just to bring it right back
Debbie Downer.
to death.
No, but anyway, thank you
Yes.
for being
Thanks, girls.
fun and
It was so good
lighthearted
to
and
see
coming
you.
on. And thank you so much. And
Yeah.
hopefully we get some
Thank you for
downloads on the
sharing.
drop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Take care, girls.
Yeah.
Thank
Can't
you
wait
so
to open
much.
up the city again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll
We'll
do
see you when
something.
we'll see you then. Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye, girls.
Thanks,
Bye.
guys.
Thanks.
Goodbye.
Love the drop, girls. Oh my gosh. Fun. Right?
There goes another hour in a minute.
Yes,
I feel
1 minute.
Like,
I
yes.
felt like we just don't get enough time.
I know.
Like I want, but I think it's good, and I think we got some good information for people on the drop. Is
Yes,
awesome.
the drop is
Christable
great.
was awesome. And let's close and thank the studio.
Yeah.
So the boys at DSM TV Live are doing big things, big music acts that people are enjoying. The farmers market on Saturday. Check into it on the Facebook page, DSM Live TV. And remember to, take a look at those Venmos if you're interested. And hopefully if you guys like us, we'll keep coming back. But just if you don't, just tell us. And then we'll move
quit
along.
getting in your
We'll-
face.
We'll move along.
So Mother's Day's coming up. Order your flowers, order your sweatshirts, order your hats, get your drinks, get your takeout, download the app, join the drop
Yes.
at the Vinyl Studio,
And
at By Invitation Only Inc., at Bubba DSM, at Join the Drop, at Wildflower DSM,
all of the ats.
all that. That's
Yeah.
a lot of ats, but you guys, most of you probably know where we're at. But
Good night, everybody. Love ya, Lilac.
love you, mean it. Happy Mother's Day. Happy Cinco de Mayo. I don't know what that was.
Bye, everybody.
Hello,
See ya.
welcome to the K-Bye Podcast, a podcast that you're gonna listen to feel better about yourself because we don't really know shit, but we're working on it.